the type of individual. More and more people now are starting to see that. I've seen now Elon Musk has come out and he's endorsed President Trump in the aftermath of this shooting. Bill Ackman just came out and endorsed President Trump. So more and more people now are jumping on the bandwagon. I think that image, that iconic image of the president with the flag in the background and his fist in the air and blood on his ear, I think that's going to be a big rallying cry. As that's the type of fighter, that's the type of courage, that's the type of man that we want leading the country.
Former US President Donald Trump survived a shocking assassination attempt on Saturday while addressing supporters at a rally in Pennsylvania. The shooter has been identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old kitchen worker from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Comperatore, a 50-year-old volunteer fire chief and an avid supporter of Donald Trump, was shot as he dove on top of his wife and daughter when the shooting started. According to an eyewitness, Comperatore was in the way of the shots between Crooks and the president. Two others, 57-year-old David Dutch and 74-year-old James Copenhaver, were also shot but have been reported to be in stable condition by the Pennsylvania State Police. Secret Service agents carted away President Trump after he sustained an injury to his upper right ear, but not before showing the nation and the world that he would not be dissuaded by all forms of gimmicks and attacks to stop his re-election bid. The extraordinary images of the former president pumping his fist in the air with a bloodied ear and blood on his face will always be a part of U.S. history. Additionally, many people believe this already iconic image may have just won Trump the election, after his son Eric Trump posted the image on social media with the caption, "This is the fighter America needs." Several prominent people, including billionaires Elon Musk and Bill Ackman, proudly declared their support for Trump. Ackman made the declaration in a post on Twitter on Sunday. "I am going to formally endorse Donald Trump," the billionaire investor wrote. "I assure you that I have made this decision carefully, rationally, and by relying on as much empirical data as possible." For popular gold bug and economist Peter Schiff, endorsing Trump for president is more than just politics. It is crucial for the future and continued survival of the U.S. economy. In reaction to the attempted assassination, Schiff discusses why he has endorsed Trump, despite not agreeing with all of his policies, and why he is America's safest bet in surviving the inevitable collapse ahead. Please watch to the end, share, and smash the like button as we present clips from Schiff's video, and drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
I've talked on this podcast about the fact that I believe that Donald Trump was going to be reelected, that it was, the odds were very strong in his favor. And the one good thing that might have come out of this attempt on Donald Trump's life is I think this assures that he's going to win. I mean, if he wasn't going to win before, he's certainly going to win now. I mean, just that photograph, that iconic photograph of President Trump with a bloodied ear, with his fist raised high in the air, with the American flag waving in the background, could be one of the most famous photographs. And I think that image alone is enough to get a lot of people to vote for Donald Trump. The amazing thing, though, when you look at the coverage that I've seen on this, if you read the mainstream media, most of the early stories didn't even mention the fact that there was an attempt on the president's life, that he was shot. I mean, some of these news headlines are incredible. And of course, a lot of the comments that are coming from the left, where they're wishing the president a speedy recovery, I know that's very disingenuous. A lot of the people on the left are upset that the shooter missed. They're not upset that somebody tried to kill Donald Trump. They're upset that the person failed. In fact, there's a lot of people on the left, you can see them all over social media. They're not even hiding the fact that they're upset that the shooter missed. In fact, he didn't miss. I mean, he hit him. He just was off by a bit. But what's even more disturbing about the attempt on the president's life is the fact that this guy was able to position himself on that building so close to where Donald Trump was speaking, where he was supposedly under the protection of the Secret Service. How could they have missed this guy? The building was right across from where the president was speaking. And other than the building that was behind him, it was really the only other vantage point where a sniper would have a clean line of sight on the president. How could the Secret Service detail have missed this guy? And apparently there are a number of people in the crowd who spotted him and who were yelling. Yet you had a couple of Secret Service sharpshooters on the roof behind the president who somehow couldn't see this guy as he was moving towards the president with a gun or a rifle. So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered regarding this particular shooting. But one thing that we shouldn't be surprised at is that somebody did try to kill Donald Trump. After all, the way the media has been vilifying him, he's not only a threat to democracy, he's going to end democracy, but he's another Adolf Hitler. This is how the left describes Donald Trump. In fact, I'm sure that had the shoe been on the other foot, had somebody attempted to assassinate Joe Biden, the media would be having a field day blaming Trump, blaming MAGA Republicans. You see, this is the type of hatred that your divisive, radical right-wing, agenda is promoting, all the hatred, right? They would be blaming it all on Trump. Well, where is the media blaming the assassination attempt on Trump, on Biden, on the left, for all the hate and all the way they've described President Trump? In fact, I saw that, I think it was a fundraising call just a week ago where President Biden said that it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. Now, I know that he didn't mean that literally in the bullseye, mean take a shot at him, but clearly if Donald Trump had said something about putting Biden in the bullseye, right, they would have been all over him.
Like Schiff, a group of Republican lawmakers have called out President Joe Biden for his bull's eye remark, stating that his dangerous campaign rhetoric led to the attempted assassination. According to reports, Biden made the statement during a call. Politico quoted him as saying, "I have one job, and that's to beat Donald Trump. I'm absolutely certain I'm the best person to be able to do that. So we're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye." Though the president and Democrat flag bearer has condemned Saturday's attack and called on Americans to denounce such violence, Trump supporters and some Republican lawmakers still largely blame him and the mainstream media for constantly vilifying Trump and making him out to be the absolute worst. In his video, Schiff speaks further about the tragic event, its aftermath, and how this could change the trajectory of the U.S. economy for the better.
But one thing in particular is you got to admire Donald Trump and the way he's handled it and the courage that he showed in real time, in the moment when he was shot, not knowing how many more bullets were coming. Just the way he handled it, the way he raised his fist in the air in defiance, showing that I'm not going to be stopped. I mean, look at what this man has been put through. The left is doing everything they can, not, that I know that, this was some kind of conspiracy yet. I mean, I'm not going to jump the gun, and we'll see what comes out. But look at what he is going through. I may not agree with everything Trump does. And sure, I would have preferred it had he, dramatically cut government spending or even cut government spending at all, because he didn't do that. He increased government spending. But of course, government spending would have increased even more had Clinton been elected. I'm tired of seeing Democrats pointing out that how much the national debt went up under Trump, as if it would have gone up less under Clinton. It wouldn't have. I was disappointed that the president didn't do anything to reduce government spending. And I hope that in his second term, he actually does reduce dramatically government spending. I hope he does that. I know that if Biden were reelected, there'd be no hope at all that that would happen. But just the character of the man and the type of individual, more and more people now are starting to see that. I've seen now Elon Musk has come out and he's endorsed President Trump in the aftermath of this shooting. Bill Ackman just came out and endorsed President Trump. So more and more people now are jumping on the bandwagon. I think that image, that iconic image of the president with the flag in the background and his fist in the air and blood on his ear, I think that's going to be a big rallying cry. As that's the type of fighter, that's the type of courage, that's the type of man that we want leading the country. And hopefully, in a second term, he has the wisdom to actually lead the country. Going to be encountering a major economic event during his presidency. He's not going to prevent it. There are a lot of people who think, well, it's a panacea. If we elect Trump, the problems are going to go away. The problems are not going to go away. The problems are here. They've been building for a long time, well before Trump took office. They may come to a head during his second term. So he's not going to stop the economic disaster from happening. But it's certainly going to be better to have him at the helm of the ship when it hits the iceberg, because then at least we have a chance of righting the ship and salvaging the economy and rebuilding on a firmer foundation.
As tragic as the event was, it's not thwarting Trump, his campaign, or his promise to Americans. The former president arrived in Wisconsin for the Republican National Convention, as planned, a day after surviving the attempt on his life. In a social media post, he revealed that he considered delaying his trip by 2 days, but decided that he could not allow a shooter, or potential assassin, to force him to change his schedule or anything else. He is also scheduled to make other public appearances later this month, including addressing thousands of cryptocurrency investors at the Bitcoin 2024 conference, taking place in Nashville between July 25th and 27. Let us know your comments and observations in the comments section below. You can also help with the YouTube algorithm by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and activating post notifications for regular updates on our videos. Thanks for the support.